Hello, everybody. This is Chrism, and I'd like to welcome you to this conversation about your Kundalini Awakening equation. And this is part five for Kundalini and Christmas, the Christmas that you are. You are a walking, talking Christmas tree. And as the awakening comes up and the radiance comes out, and we talked about the radiance a little bit, this is what gives others the healings that they need. People that are not in the activated state, people that are not uh, in a good place. This is what helps them heal. And in some cases, this can also form as an activation uh, person for them. This is what Shaktipat is all about. So if you've done the purity, if you've done the work, if you're doing the meditation, if you're doing the devotion work, if you're doing the selfless service work, very important. If you're doing these kinds of works, then yes, you've set yourself up to have the Kundalini. And if your elves, if the elves that are around you guide you towards a certain person or a certain scenario that will allow you to achieve activation, then you will be activated. And then you'll start working in this area here, as I mentioned, the lights, the ornamentation, the gifts under the tree. These are all aspects of the Kundalini gifting that comes to you that Christmas represents. Christmas is a you know it's the force of the Christ that is coming forward in your face, and it's just a certain negative component of our scientifically addicted community and society and culture that doesn't bring a level of believability to what it is I'm talking about. They're just, especially if, guy says he's seen elves. I mean, this guy's going to be nuts, right? But this is true. These are all true things. These are not hallucinations. These are not anything make believe. These are actual happenings, and I'll bet there are some of you out there watching this right now that have had very similar occurrences, but you chose to tone them down, where I chose to embrace them. Embrace them. Never been to a psych ward, never will go, but they will try to put you into a psych ward if you say that you've seen these things. So be careful about that part. You don't need to tell people who don't have this that you have this, because it's just going to frighten them. But you are a walking, talking, radiating vision of what actual Christmas is to be. Christmas, the birth of Christ. And it's the birth of Christ within each and every one of you. And Santa and Mrs. Claus and the reindeer and the chimney and the fireplace and the gifts and the milk and the cookies, the stockings, they all relate directly to Kundalini. And let's look at the stockings, shall we? Look at the stockings. They're typically red. And why would they be red? Because they're in the first chakra. And that is the color of the first chakra. Typically, they have a white uh, crest at the top of them, like a white collar around each of the socks. And that would be the infusion of sacred masculine into the sacred feminine, which is the red. So the white would go with the red. And there are little gifts in the socks often. And this directly represents the gifts, the many gifts that the Kundalini will give. And so this is just a small conversation split up in five parts to give you an idea of what actual Christmas is all about. Merry Christmas, everyone.